Hello. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's got something to do with God and love and stars. Did you know that there are a septillion stars in God's universe? That's 10 to the power of 24. As in 24 noughts, one after the other. As in, naught, 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 naught. Naught, 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 naught. Naught, 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 naught. My father told me that. He was a lovely man. You would have liked him. He had a lovely singing voice. But he died when I was quite young. He caught the bubonic plague when we were on holidays in Leeds. Oh, don't laugh. Have you ever seen anybody die of bubonic plague? It was only afterwards that I realized that that's how everybody goes on in Leitrim. You see, once every time, black humour. It's the one thing they don't understand about me here, my sense of humour. But I learned a long time ago that if you're the only one laughing, then you will laugh longest. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our food. It's funny, that loss of love, my father's death, it actually scarred me quite badly because, strangely enough, he died shortly after my mother had died. I was 4 and a half. And I remember my father saying to me, trying to console me, do you know why the stars twinkle? The reason the stars twinkle, he said, is because all those who have gone before us stand in the holes of heaven. And they look back down on all those people who have gone before. And as they move about to try and catch a glimpse of us, the light head flickers behind them. And that's why stars twinkle. You know, for a long time I used to count the stars, looking for my mother and my father. In fact, I was quite disturbed after quite some time. I spent a lot of time just walking streets, looking for God, looking for love, doing things I shouldn't have been doing, counting the stars, which is why they sent me here a long time ago, because I went counting stars. And you know, it's odd. We're not even on a star. We're on a lump of rock and gas and metal that spins around a relatively unimportant star. So in the greater scheme of things, we're not even a speck of dust. And yet, on our speck of dust, there are 7.025 billion people. That's 7.025, no. Billions of stars, billions of people. And yet, you know, I've never found anyone I could love. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. I think that's why I like facts. Like, love is intuitive or instinctive or something you can just throw away lightly, whereas facts you can hang on to. It gives you a structure, it gives you something to believe in, which is why I like the notion of septillion stars or 7.025 billion people. Facts, definite things. For instance, did you know that our brain weighs a little over 2 pounds? The human brain weighs a little over the same weight as a bag of sugar. Think of it. Billions of stars, billions of people, and yet what it all boils down to is a 2-pound weight of grey gunk. It controls everything. It controls our love and our needs and our hatred and our violence and our passion. Sometimes I would like to crack my head open and prise out my brain and pull it apart, and with my fingers just scrape out all that emotional gunk. Or better still, take a scalpel and just cut at the stem of that brain so none of that emotional rubbish need to ever get into my head. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I can say it in Irish, you know. Anna, the Tanya, the date the doggy do wiggy. You see, it works every time. Humor is such a lovely, lovely thing. It's like love, really. It raises up to a ridiculous fashion and then drops us down again. You know, when I first came here to the sanatorium, I actually felt good. And I felt liked, and I felt needed, and I felt loved. And then slowly but surely my illness set me apart. I remember one day Sister Jarlath, she was the most beautiful, loving person you could ever meet. And she told us all to write an essay, myself and all the other boys in Sanatorium. And we came in the next morning, and in fact we sat on these very benches that all your good selves are sitting on at the moment. And then one after another we read our essay. And David Jennings stood up and he said, when I grow up, I am going to be so powerful that the whole world will be terrified of me. And then Declan Halsey stood up and he said, when I grow up, I'm going to be so powerful that the whole world will be terrified of me. And Kenneth Smart, and Johnny Flynn, oh, the impossibly beautiful Desi Gray. And then I stood up and I said, when I grow up, I'm going to fall in love and I'm going to live happily ever after. How they all laughed. And then, you know, by a strange coincidence, they were all found dead, one after another. The little bags of sugar split open on these very flagstones. I'll follow what I'll do that. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Can I tell you a joke? How many lovers does it take to change a light bulb? None. Because there is no darkness in love. There is no darkness in love. One last joke. How many gods does it take to change a light bulb? I'm not sure. But I'm getting very uneasy waiting around in the dark. I think it was Shakespeare who said that the stars were invented for shipwrecked and wretched fools. Oh, for Romeo, we do not need the stars, but they are invented for shipwrecked and wretched fools. Stars. Is that all I am? A shipwrecked and wretched fool. Sorry, thank you very much. I don't normally get visitors. So I've just one last question. When I am gone, who will my star shine for?